So Racqpad is actually my personal home. This is a 1974 condo. It's a single story built as a duplex. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is in South Palm Desert, and it's up against the mountains. This project, what we've done is we've infused a lot of things that we're known for: creating organization, creating storage, and just the ability for us to really think through how a person's going to live, not only maybe today, but also like what could it be long term. Some of the first things that really drove me nuts is in this really big primary bedroom suite, you'll see that this floor plan, the headboard's against a wall, and then the bathroom door is right there. That is like one of the biggest no-nos for us. Like, we just do not love if you are in bed or you walk into a room and you see a toilet. I just don't think you need to do that. And so that's something that we always address. And so you can see here, what we'll do is we're starting to wipe this floor plan, and I pushed that wall out that was existing for where you walked into the bathroom and the closet, 18 inches, and then we reorganized it to create a dressing room, double vanity sink, a really spacious shower, and then a water closet room. And those are things that, as we're trying to create the hierarchy of the way we use spaces, it helps determine what the space is going to be as we kind of push and shove. So what we've done is reduce some of the space in the bedroom that was oversized, and then still kept a really cool little TV niche. My husband loves sports, and we kind of made an agreement that this home would not have a TV that you could view from bed, but instead it could be a place where he can go as a retreat and really get into his game. And there's this mix, right? And so part of it is this mix of how I bought vintage pieces. So the chair and the little ottoman that serves as a table, those are 1980s. And so this is a postmodern look. And then brought in one of our favorite artists, Jennifer Warren, with 5-star faux finishes. And I kind of sketched on a photo the mural that I wanted. And then she came in and painted it in 3 days. One of the other really cool things that we did, how do you maximize the storage on the floor plan? That pantry that's on the end of where the ovens are, it's not very deep. Like, it's just for us, like, unless you want to open a cabinet, then pull out a drawer or have drawers that pull out, things get lost in the back of your pantry. And so that's why we kind of shortened that up. And you'll see throughout, there's hardly any other doors. Everything is a pull out. I've created a little tiny shelf that goes around the perimeter of the backsplash, that we took that backsplash up 12 inches up the backsplash, and then I put a little shelf on it. And then on top of that, you'll see all of these really beautiful beige multi-tone tiles that kind of blend with the cabinets. And part of that trick visually is that it has a lot of space in it. It feels like it's bigger than it is. I wanted to maximize the seating in our living room where we really entertain a lot. And so what I've done is I had these custom banquettes made that go along the back wall, and then this big table here. We walked into the store and there's this 10-foot European white oak table that just was not part of the plan, and I just couldn't help it. It became part of the plan. And so there are cases when furniture does drive floor plan. There's all these great finds that I have. One of them is this table. This coffee table I found on Craigslist. And then this chair is also from a really great place up in North Palm Springs. And then there's just all these layers. Even this bookshelf that you see behind the chair, that's something that I found on Etsy that's from Brazil. And that was kind of one of my missions, was to make sure that, the art and all of the elements that are within the home have some kind of really special curated component. Really, we call this quiet luxury. As you walk into the home, it's these large overscale, simple 36 by 36 inch tiles that are in off-white. The living room has this simple, sophisticated, soft neutral tones, and there's little bits and pieces of color, but there's not much. If you're invited back into the bedroom and the sanctuaries of the home, that's when you start to feel like, uh-oh, something's different, right? And so even when you look at this photo here of the guest bathroom, it's pretty simple. But you can kind of see in the reflection of the mirror, like all of this green tile. And it's just this emerald tile that just envelops the space. If you're staying in the guest room with the twin beds, I also had a mural painted in there. And really what I wanted to do is kind of create this desert scape. And it does have this bold color. And then as you go back down into our primary bedroom, that's where really color explodes. And so that's part of working with color, is creating these harmonious elements, but you don't need it all throughout the home. Hopefully this project is something that inspires you, not only the way that I rearrange the floor plan, but how you can introduce color throughout your home if you're looking for some of that.